Hi, welcome to Earth Day Garden Play. I'm Miss Mary Beth, and thank you very much for joining me. Today we're going to read books about Earth Day, read books about the wonderful ways things grow, and then do a little seed starting activity. So let's jump right in with our first book. It's called And the Good Brown Earth, written by Kathy Henderson, and it's read with the permission of Candlelit Books. When Graham went to the vegetable patch, Joe came too. It was nearly winter. "Now's digging time," said Graham, and she picked up her spade and dug that ground into big old lumps. Joe dug too. He made a hole and heap and a squashy place for squelching in. And the good brown earth got on with doing what the good brown earth does best. Next time Graham went to the vegetable patch, Joe came too, and there was snow on the ground. Joe ran and jumped and slid and whooped. Graham stood and looked. "Now's thinking time," said Graham, thinking about all the things in the gardening book. Joe thought too. He thought up the snowman. Next time Graham went to the vegetable patch, Joe came too, and there was spring in the air. "Now's planting time," said Graham, and she raked out all the loose earth, smooth as breadcrumbs, and planted seeds in long, straight rows. Joe planted too, lots of seeds, here and there and who knows where. Woo! And the good brown earth got on with doing what the good brown earth does best. Next time Graham went to the vegetable patch, Joe came too, and the birds were singing, the trees were flowering, and the rain and the sun were chasing each other across the sky. "Now's watching time," said Graham, keeping an eye on those hungry birds, and she made a scarecrow and stuck it in the ground. Joe watched too. "Graham, Graham," he shouted, "there are green spikes coming up." Next time Graham and Joe went to the vegetable patch, it was green all over. "Now's weeding time," said Graham, and she picked up her long-handled hoe and grubbed up all those weeds between her vegetable rows. Joe pulled up a few weeds too. At least he hoped they were weeds. Then he rolled in the long grass and sang. Next time Graham and Joe went to the vegetable patch, it was hot, hot, hot. The plants were drooping and the earth was dry. "Uh-oh," said Graham, "now's watering time." And she hooked up the hose to the old tap and ran it on the plants, sweet as rain. Joe watered too, mainly himself, and he gave Graham the second ripe strawberry. Wonder what he did with the first one. Soon Joe's ma and pa took the whole family to the beach, and Graham and Joe went too. "Oh, now's resting time," said Graham, stretching out for a snooze. The sun shone and the breeze blew. And the good brown earth got on with doing what the good brown earth does best. Day after golden day, until the next time Graham went to the vegetable patch, and Joe came too, of course. And what did they find? Oh, wow! Oh, wow! Oh, wow! There were Graham's plants standing tall and ripe and lush. And there were Joe's, higgledy-piggledy, tangledy, fantastic. Look at them. Oh my goodness, he has something of everything in there. Joe jumped up and down and hugged and hugged and hugged his own Graham tight. But what? But how? But who?" asked Joe. Grant hugged him back. "You'd have to ask the good brown earth," she said. Then she took her long-pronged fork and opened up the ground, and there were pale brown potatoes like buried treasure, and carrots and parsnips and beets. "Now's gathering time," said Graham, filling her basket. And Joe gathered too. Beans and greens, ladybugs and grasshoppers, dandelions and fat tomatoes, and he ate so many blackberries that purple juice ran all down his chin. And when they finished gathering, Graham and Joe loaded up the wheelbarrow and set off for home, ready for feasting time. Ooh, that's a big pumpkin. And the good brown earth got on with doing what the good brown earth does best. I love that story. Well, Since we're also here to talk about Earth Day is an annual event held every April 22nd, and its mission is to promote environmental awareness and the cause for the protection of our Earth. And today, Earth Day is celebrated around the world in more than 193 countries. So here's a fun fact. Why April 22nd? I was wondering. The event wasn't even called Earth Day when it was first observed in 1970 in the United States. But they wanted as many young students as they could to participate in these Earth Day events, so they picked a date between spring break and final exams on a weekday to make it easier for students to participate. So if you want to find out more about Earth Day, go where I went to, www.earthday.org, for more information. And there's all kinds of fun and fascinating facts there. You can find an Earth Day event near you if you want to get involved. And you can test your environmental knowledge. You can take online quizzes on a number of topics, from whale conservation to protecting species to oceans and plastic pollution. So there's all kinds of good stuff on the Earth Day website. Our next book continues our gardening theme. This is written and illustrated by Kadir Nelson. If You Plant a Seed, and it's read with permission of Balzer and Bray. And the pictures in this book are stunning. And we're going to spend a little more time than usual looking at the pictures and allowing you to see what you think is happening. Our main characters, of course, are our bunny and a mouse. If you plant a tomato seed, a carrot seed, and a cabbage seed, there you go. In time, with love and care, a lot of time's passing. They're reading. Look, the bunny's keeping his ear over his mouse friend so he doesn't get wet. And they're taking a nap. Looks like a nice day. Lettuce, tomato, carrot, and cabbage plants will grow. Look how happy they are. Oh, they look happy. Look at that. Doesn't the picture tell you everything you need to know? They're feasting. Uh-oh. What do you think the mouse and the bunny are thinking? How about the birds? I'll let you decide what you think they're saying. You talk about it with your grown-ups, and what do you think the birds and animals are saying to each other? The next picture is really good. Uh-oh. I think sometimes you just don't need words. The pictures say so much. If you plant a seed of selfishness, the bunnies are talking and the birds are listening and the bunnies listening and the birds are talking. It will grow and grow and grow. Looks like trouble. Into a heap of trouble. Uh-oh. Our bunny's kind of covered in fruit. So is our bird. Do they look happy? What do you think? But if you plant a seed of kindness, in almost no time at all, there goes his tomato. The fruits of kindness Can you see what the birds are doing? The fruits of kindness will grow and grow and grow. Now everybody's working together. Beautiful, look at that. What a gorgeous garden. Everyone looks happy. The bunny's dancing, the birds are flying. And the fruits of kindness are very, very sweet. Love the pictures in that book. Now, of course, as we've seen in our books, humans and plants are not the only things that live on the earth and we share our earth with, and there are animals that we share the earth with too. So let's play a game about the different kinds of houses all our animals on earth live in. Now, we have a pond, a cave, a tree, a hole in the ground, a web, a hive, oops, I knew that was going to happen, and a nest. Our animals, I'm going to need help. I may not be able to hear you, but I can kind of hear you. I can kind of hear you. If you shout it out, I can hear you. You have a bat, a bee, a bird, a fish, a rabbit, a spider, and a squirrel. Now we have to figure out where each of these animals live. So I'm going to start with the bat. What do you think? Where do bats live? What? Okay, got it. Excellent. The bat lives in the cave. A honeybee. Where does the honeybee go? Here? No. Yes, honeybee lives in the hive. A bird. Any guesses as to where the bird lives? Well, maybe they live near a pond. Oh, you do see a worm. The nest? Yep, the nest. That's it. The bird lives in the nest. A fish. Fish? Oh, that was an easy one. You guessed that right away. Fish lives in a pond. Our next creature? Bunnies. Bunnies tree? No? Web? No? No? Oh, okay, yep. Bunnies live in a hole under the ground. Whoops. Okay. Spiders. Well, we have two left. Spiders, trees? Sometimes. Oh, webs. Spider webs. There you go. And our last ones, squirrels live in trees. Very nice. I like that. Kind of a nice reminder that the earth is a home for the animals too. Now, our last book is by Patricia McLachlan, a wonderful author. And what I really love about this book is the pages are cut out, have different types of cutouts. They're so beautiful, and the book is really nicely done. This book is called My Friend Earth and is read with permission of Chronicle Books. Here's the cut-out pages I'm talking about. My friend Earth wakes from a winter nap. You can look through and see the bird. She hears the busy spring sound, the farmer's hoe tap-tapping in the garden, the caws of crows. Look at the beautiful cutout, the way the pictures, the pages have different shapes. She sees the little, the silent seed, the spider spinning silver, the robin and the wrens. And the large, the long-winged albatross crossing the sea, the mole tunneling in the underdark. She guides the chimpanzee to her night nest. Beautiful cutouts. Wow, look at that. And the zebra, busy to find his mother in the hundreds of black and white striped mothers. She tends the prairie where the sun-dappled wild horses run through grasses that swish against their legs. You can see the water cut out. The tundra where the reindeer graze for moss. The glistening ice where the young polar bear pads on mittened feet. You can look through and see the next page. She guards all the creatures in the oceans, the black manta rays sleek like shadows, the shining parrotfish, the tiny krill who swell with millions of other krill to look big, and the whales who are big. My friend Earth pours the summer rain to fill streams, flowing down mountains, through the fields, to the rivers, to the sea. Sometimes she pours too much rain, flooding towns and meadows and roads, until she dries the land. Sometimes she blows fierce autumn winds, sweeping the limbs of trees and shingles the roofs of barns. A beautiful cutout, following the shape of the leaf. Until she stills the wind, so red and orange and yellow leaves float to the ground. When cold comes again, my friend Earth sprinkles the snow, whisper silent, covering the dens where the baby black bears are born in soft darkness. drifting over the icy pond where the turtle sleeps in mud, settling into the empty nests of birds. Look, you can peek through and see the bears. Under the white, the silent seed is cradled in the dark soil, watching. Everyone's sleeping, the deer and the fox. Waiting to fly up again in the warm, bright sun of spring. Beautiful book. Right. Oops. So, the last thing I want to show you is our activity today. Now, when you pick up your materials, the whole family will get a bag with all your materials in it. But what I want you to do first, and all the instructions will be in your kit, but each kit makes 5 sets of beans starting, seed sprouting. So I want everybody to soak all the beans you get in the kit, soak them in water overnight. This will help your seed sprout a little bit faster. So take the beans out of the water the next day, dampen a paper towel, and put your beans inside, put 5 beans each inside your bag with your dampened paper towel. Drop your beans in the bag. And instead of putting them inside the paper towel, you could put them next to the paper towel so that you can see the beans. You'll be able to see the beans and they won't be hidden inside the paper towel. So you have your soaked beans and your damp paper towel in your bag. Zip it closed and you hang it, you tape it to a sunny window. And then within about 3 days to a week, you'll see them sprout. You'll see my beans, which are now hiding, of course. You'll see your beans start to sprout. And then about a week or so after that, you'll see roots and green shoots starting to come out of your seeds. And that's the time, if you'd like to transplant them, you can plant them in any kind of soil you have, any kind of small cup, and transfer them out to your garden. So, there's one last thing I want to mention. I want to thank you for watching, and there's more activities in your packet, some little Earth Day activities that I hope if you picked up your packet, you've seen them already, just to extend the fun a little bit more. And the next time you're at the library, I would like to invite you to go outside to our Inside Out Garden to enjoy Story Walk, because for April, we've chosen a special book that really celebrates Earth Day. It's about 2 families who live on opposite sides of the world, and each planted a tree. And each family who plants the tree celebrates all the good things that their tree brings to them. So next time at the library, take a walk through Story Walk and Inside Out in our Inside Out Garden. Thanks for joining me. Bye.